First one up, Blue Mosaic, Muddy. Login Road King, dude, the growth continues. 3.51 subs, congrats. Thank you. Thank you for subbing. I just started January 1st, guys. I mean, I had a YouTube channel, but I really wasn't engaged with it. It was just there. I didn't really understand how it worked, didn't really look into it. So you guys all helped me get there, and I do appreciate it. Blue was like, Chad and Jake Hudson should start the Muddy Fingers gang. This label says Robert Blake was not guilty. Don't do the crime if you can't do the crime. No, 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 don't do it. Deb. Hey, Chadley. This label, how Anthony Cumia, however, was guilty. He did. He pled guilty to choking Vinnie Brand's daughter. A multimillionaire pled guilty. If I had millions of dollars, I would go to trial and be acquitted if I was not guilty. But speaking from experience, the courts are nothing but a hustle. They're hustling just like everyone else. They're trying to get your money. I saw it happen in front of my eyes. I go, you guys are a bunch of fucks. You guys should all be in court on the other side. This label, I'm the main person who helped Chad get his subscriptions up. Take that to the bank. You did, this label, and I appreciate that. Does walking slowly do anything for one's health? I don't know. I'm just getting steps in. Sit down, Zumock. You're walking. Liquid chicken. No, I'll be doing Mud Shark Loves Misery show at 4 p.m. today. Make sure you tune into that. We almost hit 400 views. What else? We beat Kevin in likes. But I realized why I didn't take a lot of his viewership away, because it was the first time he had Carl on. So there's a dynamic there. It's interesting. People probably were curious. Carl has his nerd audience, so he brought them over. They were curious. And then I found out Anthony didn't show up for work. So we got a lot of his viewers too. So that's why I don't think I took a good portion of his audience. And plus, Bob talking me out of not doing the show Monday. So it kind of killed momentum. But we're going to keep at it, guys. All right, let's get to the chat. This is just a live stream. It's not a show. Gah, says Chad Sharkerson. I would love to meet you guys in person just to see what you guys do in real life. Decline Hope, Chad Nation. Diddy strolling with Zumock. Cruising Steps with Steve. Brody Stevens did Steps with Steve. That's what I'm doing. Keeping Brody's tradition alive. Chad, what I meant calling your channel a network is putting it in writing like the Shuley Network to irritate people. It's not a bad idea. Maybe I'll just keep saying it's a network, just to annoy everybody. Decline Host says Carl stinks. 78 Tap, yeah, Chad, please, we'll be rooting for you to take down Kevin. Stone Cold Strutter, Bob done with the Chad business. I blocked him on everything, and him and his wife. No one's gonna control me. The more I think about it, and I don't hate Bob, I think he meant well. But his whole listen to me, I know the way, you got to listen to me. And it's just like everything I listened to him on, nothing came out. So I'm like, you're not going to control me or tell me what to do. If Kevin's going to be an asshole to me, I'm going to stick up for myself. I know what I provided. I know what I bring to the table. I know what I did for the show. And he knows it too. And he's scared of that. He hates the fact, and I said this, he hates the fact that I got a little bit of a following from it. I was getting popular. He can't control me. When the show started to become a lot about me and my stories, and he wanted to, he thinks I'll just cut him loose and then he'll go back to obscurity like Brian did. And not this time. I was prepared this time. Last time I was in a bad spot. Deb, let's have Florida meet up at the patio. Come on through. Girth Brooks, a Shark Media Network. That's a good idea. This label said, did you see what Stancil said about Bob Levy when you left the podcast? Dude is no good. What did he say? I don't remember seeing what Jim Stancil says. I love how Jim Stancil thinks he's like a public figure. He's constantly like promoting himself. Like now he says, I'm back, I've got two attached. Bob's in a tough spot because his wagon is hitched to Kevin. You think for a second Shuley likes that? Nobody likes it. Bob Levy thinks it's 1993. Did you see that Dana Bonaducci fight? He has no hands. That was the year I graduated high school. Chad's attorney. Chad, call me, please. Your bill is past due. I'm actually trying to get a hold of my attorney right now. If that's really my attorney, I'm waiting on you, pal. I paid. What do you think of the Cavs will do tonight, Z-Man? Is Stancil the bald guy? No, he's the little... This label says, Chad, can you please put the second episode of Chad's Misery Loves back on YouTube? I could put it members only. I don't want to put it out. I was drunk and I look stupid. Jesse James, MLC jumped the shark by having that Rochester dork Carl on. I agree. Any plans for Memorial Day weekend? I didn't even realize it was Memorial Day weekend. Look at this bird. It's Bob's bird right there, just walking. Anyways. Jules David, like, subscribe, donate! I'll do it for you, Dislabeled. Mr. Zumock's neighborhood. Good morning from Hawaii, 7:25 a.m. Ooh, Pulper. I want to go to Hawaii. I've never been to Hawaii. My cousin Ben, who was in the Army for years, was stationed in Hawaii. I almost flew out to visit him. But I've always wanted to go to Hawaii. I want to perform in Hawaii. I know Nick Swartzen likes going to Hawaii. He said he was going to take me to Hawaii, never did. Fucking Swartzen. Goss says, you didn't look stupid, you looked human. I appreciate it. What's up, Flat Cat? How's the woods? How's the woods treating you, Flat Cat? Blue Mosaic, why did you change out of your shirt and tie? Why do you have a good memory? I wasn't wearing a shirt and tie. I had a collared shirt on. Like a polo. Yeah, these guys, they're like real production company, want to work with me. So I have options, people. Let's invest in myself. Carl's on MLC was an obvious attempt to dig towards Chad. I know, they got me. I was so fucking, I couldn't believe it. I mean, I was like, oh my God. Kevin, great idea. Way to water down your brand by having a guy you made fun of for years on. You look foolish. I literally, I did the show yesterday. I knew we weren't going to beat him in views. Because, Kevin's been podcasting and for a long time, and that channel's been around, and he's gained 4,000 subs since I joined the show. But I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. Dick Fitzwell, Addicted to Profit, shirt switch sides. That dude is a weirdo. That guy is strange. He would DM me on Instagram and Twitter like non-stop. It was like psycho shit. Omar Gonzalez, most likely to happen, you appear on the Bertcast or MLC. That's a great little poll right there. Maybe I'll put it up on Twitter. I think Bertcast, or Bertcast. 78 Topia, I canceled my MLC sub. I'm counting on you to see Kevin's downfall. I'm picking up a couple of your shirts at the NLO shop. Yes, that was one of the reasons I went live. I wanted to promote. Patrick from Nobody Likes Onions launched my store. He was kind enough to house it. say what you want about Patrick Melton. He's been around for a long fucking time. He's been in the game. He's one of the first podcasts. He's like an expert when it comes to merchandising. He's very intelligent. So if you live in Australia, you live at Hawaii, anywhere, you can get the shirt or a hat or some of his merch quickly. He knows all that inside baseball shit. And here's the thing about the merchandise, guys. It's quality, high-end quality shirts. It's not like shit material. I'm not trying to get a huge profit out of it. I'm not trying to stick it to you. Patrick told me about it. He's like, you want merch that you would wear yourself. Like quality shit, not like steel toe fucking grifter shit. This is quality shit that you'll like wearing. It's comfortable. You could have it around for a long time. So I stand by it. Of course, there's a little profit coming from it, but I'd rather just get it out there and I like merchandise. Every time I go to a concert, I get a fucking shirt. Went and saw Rage Against the Machine last summer, I bought a shirt. Went and saw Guns N' Roses, bought a shirt. Red Hot Chili Peppers in Orlando, bought a shirt. Deb says you should do a reality show. I'm doing one right now, Deb. Christina Marie, hi Chad. Hi Christina Marie. Blue Mosaic's proud of me. Daytois wants to know what's new. Oh, Daytois, you wait. I'm flying to Minnesota next weekend and you know what to do. Round 2 is what I'm saying. MLL chat versus MLC chat is like the Socius versus the Creasers on the Outsiders. You know what's, Corey? I was actually in Tulsa, Oklahoma when I met Patrick Melton. We were doing the Looney Bin out there, and that was the first time I broke up with Kevin. And I forgot the Outsiders was filmed there in the house. I should have went to see it. I didn't even think about it. That would have been cool, right? Flatcast says, I don't live in the woods, nor am I lonely. I didn't say you were lonely. I just said you lived in the woods. Liquid Chicken, how's that Maxwell guy doing these nowadays? Maxwell was my original rivalry. He was like the original guy that I beefed with before it all started, before I knew Kevin Brennan, before I knew Rover or Allen. I was going after Maxwell. He was a cocksucker. And it was before Jim Norton and O&A rivaled with him. I was like the original guy. Chad, will you ever sue Carl for the lies he told about you? Sue him? No, I'm not John Melendez. I don't sue. Carl's just a tool. Just a dork. And and wait till Sunday's Cuck show. I'll show you the band he ripped off. Like I love how he said he was in a rock band. No rock band plays the Super Mario Brothers theme song, okay? You're a fucking nerd. I super chatted Kevin, hates Carl, and he denied it. Kevin looked like a cuck, man, after shitting on Carl for so long, and all of a sudden now he's like buddy with him and saying he did a good interview and he admires him and it was a good... Shut up. Melton is a good guy. Jason Banks, I have zero respect for Kevin or Carl. I smelled chum in the water. What's up? That's weird. You're in the business. You should be making profit, Flat Cat. Well, I mean, I'm going to make some profit, but I want to be proud of, like, the shit I have out there. I don't want just garbage. Like Steel Toe has garbage. His merch, he irons on a logo. That's like grifter shit. Corey Adams says Jake Hudson will have a Netflix doc about his 48 members. That's funny. I think Jake Hudson's in here. Chad, don't talk about Maxwell. Remember when we talked about my attorney? I gotta call that fuck. Jake Hudson is a member. Jake Hudson's part of the Mudshark Army. Mudshark Army. Welcome, Jake Hudson. He's a member. Did somebody gift him? How could you be a member twice? He's a member twice. Are people just becoming Jake Hudson like the Onion? W-Man says, now it's time for you to have people that Kevin doesn't like on your show. Well, it's like, we kind of don't like the same people, a lot of them. There's a lot of comics who just don't want to they just don't want to even talk about Kevin. They want nothing to do with him. Julian says, Chad, you've always been my boy, but that Piazza Jake Hudson is hideous. Ouch. Ouch. 78 Tapia, Dave Lando, and Bobby Kelly. They don't want anything to do with Kevin Brennan. They don't even want to talk about him publicly. They just want to like ghost him. Like, because Dave was going to do my podcast, and he's just like, he goes, I don't want to because people are going to talk about Kevin, and I don't want to talk about him. He goes, I honestly pay no attention to him. Ian Hawk says, Shuli paid him money today. Oh, so he bought a membership. He paid it forward. So he's going to spend it in an hour. He's going to go ahead and... Did he really eat poop for $20? That's disgusting. Come on, Jake, you're better than that. Or are you? If you bring Gino on, you'll kill MLC Super Chats. Gino's... I don't like Gino either. It's like my shit's real. My beefs are real. Like Kevin's obviously... I don't know, like the fact that he had Carl on and he had never had Brian on, it's just like, I don't think... 2 Jakes in a cup. Ugh. Jake claimed he had shit blood on his nasty looking finger and he sucked it for $20. Ugh. Kevin hates iPhone photos of your podcast. Can somebody explain to me why Kevin... I still haven't got an explanation why he takes photos of the super chats. It's so weird. Kevin hates Mike Cannon. Why does he hate Mike Cannon? No one hates Mike Cannon. Mike Cannon's very well liked in the comedy community. He's harmless and he's a good comic. Wow, 165 people are watching this. I didn't even really... This is not a show. It's just a stream. Do-do-do. He told us he likes to sit down at the end of the night and look over the who's paid him the most. What? Johnny Gibbon thinks Mike Cannon stinks? Jesus. Deb thinks Mike Cannon's a funny dude. How did Mike Cannon become a topic? I was not going to think about Mike Cannon today. The Shark Army is strong, Lenny Broco. Nothing is a show anymore. Onion Sinclair. So guys, you head over to the store. I got it. If you're on my Patreon, I put it public. So you don't have to be a member to see it. There's the link in there. If you go to patreon.com/sitdownzumock, even if you're not a member, you can go through the link. It's public. Chad is right. Jake was gross today. You need to make up with Chrissy. Call in when she's on Milton's show. Is she doing his show? It's so the Chad attorney thing's hilarious because I legitimately called my attorney today. He's not returning my phone calls. I have not like a I'm trouble legal matter. It's like a defamation type legal matter I wanted to look into. And also something I'm working on. Chrissy's coming on MLC. Yeah, he might as well have her on at this point. And she's an opportunist. She'll do it. Why do you do Jake's show? This whole chat's become Jake Hudson and fucking Mike Cannon. Jesus Christ. Who would have ever thought? When I fired this thing up, I wasn't thinking, you know who I want to talk about today? Jake and Mike Cannon. Lenny Boko, MLC has jumped the shark. Tune in at 4 p.m. today, guys. We're going to be watching. We're going to be doing a watch along. It was very successful yesterday. Let's try to hit 400 views today. You know, I know the 3 Brian McCarthy fans are really excited he's going to be on the show today. He'll come at you with all his greatest hits. You doing the football show this year? Yes, we might have a special guest on the football show this season. Get Opie on your show. We having fun. Kevin hates Brian McCarthy. Chad, your relationship with Kevin is very odd to me. I can't rely or figure it out. We have no relationship at this point. He doesn't respect me. He doesn't like me. He's resentful. He's still harboring feelings from our first fallout. He hates that he was getting success with me. Kevin really doesn't stand for anything. He's hypocritical. And he lies a lot. That's a fact. Deb says, I'm seeing Dustin Sims at Off the Hook tonight. Going to miss your show later. Deb, do you live in Naples? I think Dustin Sims and I met. Ask him if he knows me, if you see him. I think we met somewhere. That's so funny. I contacted Captain Brian at Off the Hook today, too. Deb, you live in Naples? Well, guess what, Deb? I perform at Off the Hook. I haven't been there in a while, but if you see that I'm coming, since you're a member, I'm gonna need you to contact me, and I'll put you on my guest list to come to the show. Blue Mosaic, Captain Brian is the man. You know him? Thought you lived in Australia. How do you know Captain Brian? Do more super class. Oh, for all the people like Colt C and a couple others, I can't think off the top of my head. I mailed out your shirts. You should be getting them on Friday. I included some stickers, some shirts, one of my shitty headshots autographed with something funny on it, and a tour poster. Deb, really? That's very nice, thanks. Yes, keep your eyes open when I promote, and if you're around, just let me know and I got you. I like Naples, it's beautiful. Jim Brewer lives in Naples. Do you get more super chats than Kevin? I do not get more super chats than Kevin. Deb says, are you opening for Brewer in June at Off the... I opened for him last time. I don't know. He has like a he has a bunch of like guys he rotates in and out, but last time I was at Off the Hook, I opened for him. I'd like to. Ask him. Ask DM Brewer on Instagram and ask him if Chad can open. You could be my agent. Blue Mosaic says, no, I'm in America. My G, I got a beach place in Florida. Well, where's your beach place, Blue Mosaic? I'm not going to blow up your spot. Just tell me the city. I'm not going to ask for address. With Skeevy Wonder back on MLC's going to kill, bro. Well, here's the thing, Jillian. Like, what's his end game? Like, you get Carl, you get Brian this week. What are you going to do next week with you, just you and Bob? Like, where are you going with this? Like, you're going to get a couple extra super chats from David Chandler. You're going to get a couple more viewers. Then what? With me off the show. Like, you got to, like, he has no plan. Bon Levy, $1.99 super chat. Thank you. New Mudshark shirt is money. Like I said, head over to nobodylikesonions.com and the merch store. Scroll down. You can see my merch. There's only 3 items right now, but I have more coming. Don't worry, that's happening. I have designs being designed, including the Zootan Clan shirt, the Zumock Mania shirt. You performed up there a few years ago. Wait, hold on. I think you... Emerald Coast, the Panhandle, yes. I was in Destin Beach, Fort Walton Beach. What was it? It was called the Block in Fort Walton. I do that once a year. If you're in Blue Mosaic, if you're in town when I'm there, hit me up. I'll put you on the list too, since you're a contributor and a member. We need that sit-down Zumock shirts of you shooting the basketballs. Not a bad idea. I never made merch of that. I should have. What's wrong with me? I love how you just like stated out something so obvious that I never thought of. How about merch of your logo? What a fucking idiot. Yep, that's a spot. What, the block or Destin Beach? Destin, it's beautiful up there. It's gorgeous. I love it. It always fucks me up because when I'm driving there, it goes right in the central time and I always forget, so I'm always like an hour early. What do you think of the Shuley and Carl beef? Is there a beef? What's up, Chad? Love from Clearwater. Comedy, are you in Clearwater? You're 30 minutes away. Let's hang out right now. Just kidding. I have shit to do. What up, Shark? What it do, Shark Crew? Little Mirror. Hope to see you at 4 o'clock, Little Mirror. I'll be watching Kevin's show. The video's up there right now. You guys want to go hit like? Get the likes going. Let's start the likes now. We beat them. We almost had 500 likes yesterday. It was pretty fucking cool. Comedy Owl says, I'd hang out. What part of Clearwater are you in? My laptop is clearly being worked on in Clearwater. They're trying to figure out if they could save it. So I'm hoping they can, because I just bought a $2,000 laptop that is very expensive. I'd like to get the old one back and I could take it back, but we'll see. Deb says, do an outdoors hype train dance. No. I know people were upset I didn't do the hype train yesterday, but listen, that was a long fucking day because today I'm going to be watching MLC, so that'll be like 3.5 hours, and then I'm going to watch fucking Steel Toes Prize Show and report them tonight. So I'm doing 2 watch-alongs. You're going to want to jump in the chat. Let's get KB, Mud Shark. We need 500 likes. I don't really need likes for this one. Dale says, you ever go to Rivera Beach, Playboy? Where is that? I've gone to Vero Beach. I perform at the Riverside Theater in Vero Beach. I like that. The Still Dre thing is good to mix up. Yeah. Highland Lakes. Now we're just naming out. Are we naming out places in Florida? Is that what we're doing? Chad, are you done with Bob? Yeah, I mean, listen, this is what it is. Bob put me in some weird positions. I don't like some of the advice he's given me. I don't agree with him. I think he got a little controlling. I don't like the puppeteering that's going on. I think Kevin's put him in awkward positions. And if he just wants to hitch his wagon to Kevin, that's fine. You know, when he was shitting all over on me yesterday, I was like, all right, dude, we're done. No relationship. I don't need it. Don't want it. He did bring me back to MLC, and we had a good thing going, but I'll let you guys die on your hill. I'm not letting 2 60-year-old guys fucking control me like I'm a child. Deb says Bob means well. Alex Watts, Chris Watts' brother, is in Colorado. He's Switzerland. Bob and KB double cuck Chad. Bob tried. Well, yeah, he tried, I guess. I mean, I don't think he tried hard enough. I really don't. But, you know, that's fine. I'll continue to watch his show. You know, I'll never beat him in views, but I'll get paid more, and I do a funnier show with his show. I make his show funnier. I can mute him. I can do hype trains. I can yawn. I can interrupt him. Steel Toe threatens Bob, and he has nowhere near the anger he did yesterday. Unreal. Bob tried to, then ripped into Chad yesterday. No, I heard it. I heard everything Bob was saying about me, and I am not forgetting. So, Chad, when you come into Clearwater for a show, I just did a Clearwater gig with Steve Simone a couple months ago. I'm gonna, since I'm doing pretty well on YouTube now and Patreon, I think I'm just gonna work locally. I'm gonna go out, unless it's like a really, like I was talking to the guy in Kansas City about doing his club. Unless the money's like really good, I don't really need to get out. I'd like to get out there to meet people, but got to eat your ding ding, Chad. Chad, you should become a Scientologist. Good idea. Danny Bonaducci, did Kevin really pay you just $100 a day? He says, actually, I did the math. It was less than that. It was way less than that. Because I started adding it up and what he was paying me. I was like, yeah. So my show, Mud Shark Loves Misery, is more profitable and funnier. And I can mute Kevin. He can't tell me what to do. It's like I'm owning him. And he hates it. He'll pretend like he doesn't, but he does. Greedy Kevin. Bob said Chad listened last weekend and followed all the rules last Monday, and then Kevin fired him, so Bob says he doesn't listen and it's impossible to work with him. Fine, that's fine. I'm not listening to Bob. He's not my dad. He doesn't, what is he? David Alexander says, you whined how long MLC was but sniped it SJ 2.0. Oh no, am I the next Stuttering John? Oh no, the Dabblers. Do you see Steel Toe says he's out of the Dabbleverse on yesterday's evening show? He says they're no longer a part of the Dabbleverse. They said they don't like the fans, but yet they use the Dabbleverse to boost their signal by going after Stuttering John. PO says 36 likes, 150. Let's hit the like button. Not this show. Let's hit the like button on the 4 o'clock show. That's the one I like the likes at. This one's just silly. I'm just catching up with you guys. It's not about the super chats. It's not about memberships. This one's all about, hey guys, appreciate the support. Let's talk. The way Kevin spoke, it was like he was paying you $400 to $500 per show. No. Okay, I'll tell you, I don't give a fuck because I'm not going back to his net. He the 21st or the 22nd, he paid me $750, and before that, I think he paid me $750. So there you go. Joe, MLC is averaging $600 to $700 a show and split between 4 people, so you don't think it's not that much as you would think. But what you're not thinking about is his Patreon. He's getting thousands of dollars on his Patreon that he keeps himself. So he gives a percentage of the super chats, but yet still keeps thousands of dollars. Figured he'd drop you a stack. Joe is right. Plus YouTube takes 30%. His Patreon is, though. But I'm at about 185 on Patreon, if you want to sign up, by the way. I'm adding a $5 tier. I'm trying to figure that out. And I have 142 YouTube subscription members. So it's pretty good. Not bad numbers, good growth. And how I'm rewarding the memberships is you get to watch it as soon as it's done live. And I'm going to go back and forth from Patreon to member. So one episode will be members only. Tomorrow's episode will be on Patreon. Just so everyone gets a piece. Because there's a lot of people that don't want to do Patreon. And I understand that. But there's people that just do YouTube and that's it. So it's pretty easy. I know Kevin doesn't understand it because he can't see it. And come around May 1st, I'm going to be doing I'm getting producers. I'm hiring Shuli's guys to help because it's just too much work for me. First, I got to get the computer shits all worked out because that's crazy. But if I'm not committed, I don't run out on Monday to buy a laptop. So you got to give me credit that I'm being consistent and persistent and I'm working. So if you're entertained, if you're not entertained, I don't know what else to tell you. Do you? Grift alert? Are you talking about fucking steel toe? Is Jake Hudson still in here? Jake signed up to my membership, so that was cool. Snookerman Bob is much better on the BS show than MLC. I don't know. Well, I wanted to pop in and just say hi to everybody. I'll be back at 4 o'clock, bookmark it, 4 o'clock. We'll do a watch along. I got some fun stuff to play. And then we'll do 8 o'clock Eastern. We'll watch the Steel Toe Prize show and goof on that. But he's out of the Dabbleverse, according to Steel Toe. He's no longer a part of it. He says it was an icky place and the fans were weird. So let's fucking make fun of him. The best method is to have Patreon do likes with super chats and sprinkle videos on YouTube to promote. I have all that coming, my friend. I'm investing in myself. Yeah, the other Total BS show is quite good. Low numbers though. I don't watch a show. It's very low energy, very NPR. He seems nice enough though. He seems like a comedy fan. I wish no harm on him. And I think it's his wife. I think that's the model. You have to do a show with your wife now. You make the wife the co-host. There's 2 ways everyone's doing it. You do a YouTube show, you make your wife the co-host, or you do a YouTube show, you wear sunglasses and vape, like Mersh, Win by 2, Red Bar. Gina's a good egg. His wife is hot at least. I've never met Gina. I have no ill will towards Gina, but Bob Levy's out of the Chad Zumock business. So we're moving. We're moving on. I want eggs now. All right, guys. See you at 4 o'clock. Thank you. If you can, go over to the YouTube channel and start hitting like now. I think the chat room's already, a few people are in there talking. And let's get our views up this week. Let's do it. I'm the mud shark.